My name isn't important, and honestly, I don't want it to be, because the less people know about me, the easier it is to pretend that what happened was just bad luck, or stress, or my imagination running wild at the wrong time in my life. What matters is this: I still check my windows every night. Not quickly, not casually. I check them carefully, slowly, and more than once, because even now, years later, part of me is terrified that if I stop paying attention, whatever was watching me will notice that I finally let my guard down. This happened a few years ago when I was living alone in a small rental house on the edge of town, the kind of place that didn't feel dangerous but didn't feel comforting either. It wasn't old enough to have history, and it wasn't new enough to feel solid. It was just there. The neighborhood was quiet, too quiet at night. No dogs barking, no people walking, just long stretches of silence that made every small sound feel louder than it should. I worked late shifts back then, and most nights I didn't get home until after midnight, sometimes closer to 1 in the morning, when the world feels like it's already gone to sleep without you. The drive home was always the same: empty roads, green traffic lights that never changed, street lights flashing past my windshield like something counting my progress. When I got home, I followed the same routine every single night, because routines make you feel safe even when you don't realize you're relying on them. I locked the door, dropped my keys on the counter, checked my phone, and went straight to my bedroom to sit on the bed and scroll until my brain shut itself off. TikTok, Instagram, random videos I barely paid attention to, my thumb moving out of habit while my thoughts drifted somewhere else entirely. I wasn't scared, and I wasn't lonely. I was just existing, floating through time until sleep finally took over. And that's why what happened still bothers me so much, because fear didn't arrive suddenly, and it didn't come with a warning. It crept in quietly, disguised as something small and easy to ignore. That night started exactly like every other night. I was lying on my bed with the lights off, my phone glowing softly in my hand, when I noticed something near the bottom of my bedroom window. The curtains were half open, just enough to let moonlight in, and just above the lower edge of the glass, there was a dark shape. At first, I barely reacted. My brain immediately tried to explain it away, because that's what our minds do when something doesn't make sense. I assumed it was a shadow, or maybe a bush moving in the wind, or even a reflection from my phone screen. So I looked away. But the feeling didn't leave. That quiet pressure in your chest, the kind that doesn't hurt but doesn't let you relax either, like your body knows something your mind hasn't figured out yet. I slowly looked back at the window, and the shape was still there, exactly where it had been before, unmoving and strangely precise. That's when I noticed it was round, and that realization made my heart start beating harder, because shadows aren't usually that clean, that deliberate. I sat up slightly, and as I did, the shape rose just a little higher, and that's when I saw it clearly. It was a head.
The face was pale, almost unnaturally so, and the eyes were wide open, staring straight at me without blinking, without emotion, without urgency. It wasn't angry, and it wasn't aggressive. It was simply watching, as if observing me was the only thing it had come there to do. My mind immediately tried to protect me, tried to force logic into the situation by telling me it had to be a prank, or someone crouching, or a trick of the light, because accepting anything else felt impossible. But then the head tilted slightly, slow and deliberate, the way someone tilts their head when they're curious or trying to understand something new. And in that moment, every explanation my brain had prepared fell apart. I jumped out of bed, my heart pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears, and the instant I moved, the head dropped out of sight below the window frame. That scared me more than anything else, because now I had no idea where it was. I didn't sleep that night. I turned on every light in the house and sat on the couch until the sun came up, jumping at every sound, every creak, every shift of the building settling. When morning finally arrived, I checked outside the window, half expecting to find footprints or marks in the dirt, but there was nothing. I told myself it was over. I was wrong. The next night, I didn't see anything at first, but I felt it again, that unmistakable sensation of being watched, like someone else was sharing the space with me, even though I knew I was alone. I was lying in bed when I heard footsteps, slow at first, moving through the house. Not outside, inside. They moved from the living room to the hallway, then stopped, as if whoever was there was listening. My body went completely still as I strained to hear, and then the footsteps started again, faster this time, heavier, almost like someone was running back and forth through the corridor, back and forth, back and forth. I could hear the air shifting, furniture subtly rattling, the sound of movement growing more frantic, more desperate, until suddenly everything stopped. The silence afterward was unbearable because it felt intentional, like whatever was making those sounds wanted me to notice the absence of them. That's when I realized my bedroom door was open. I didn't remember opening it. I watched as a face slowly leaned into view from the left side of the doorframe, just ahead again, angled sideways in a way that felt deeply wrong, with that same pale skin, those same wide eyes, and now a faint smile pulling at its lips, as if it was pleased that I had finally noticed it inside the house. I couldn't scream, I couldn't move, I could barely breathe. The head stayed there for what felt like forever, just watching me, smiling quietly, before slowly pulling back out of sight. The footsteps returned, moving away, then stopping, then starting again, circling the house until exhaustion finally dragged me into a shallow, restless sleep sometime near dawn. When I woke up, sunlight was streaming through the windows and everything looked normal again, but I knew better. I packed my things that day and left without explaining anything to the landlord or my friends because I knew how it would sound if I tried to put it into words. It never happened like that again. No footsteps, no faces at the window. But even now, I still feel it sometimes, that presence just at the edge of my vision, like someone peeping at me from the side frame of a door or the corner of a window, or standing just beyond the trees in a garden, perfectly still, perfectly patient, waiting for me to stop looking. And that's why I still check my windows every night, because some things don't need to come back to let you know they never really left.